again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to the Climate Trail. You guys have loved the post-apocalyptic city builder known as Surviving the Aftermath, and so I'm back with an adventure game featuring the apocalypse, I guess this one being about climate change. A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they will never sit in. Greek proverb. What happens to a society when people stop caring about the future of the planet? If you guys want to see more of this game, make sure you click or tap that like button and stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you where you guys can download this one in just a moment or two. For free, by the way. So let's get right into the distant future and create our own character and get on the climate trail. I don't know exactly what we're going to have to do, but we're going to have to survive in this post-apocalyptic game. And again, it is very early access. It is kind of an early version of the game for free. So really, there's no reason not to give it a try and no reason not to like it, because it costs a whopping $0, just like me. I'm a big fat $0 too. All right, let's get into starting our own game here. And let's go ahead and get the game started. Please enter the name of your character. Well, that would be Raptor then. So let's learn about what this world has in store for us and see where we have to go and what we need to do in order to survive. Let us begin the climate trail. Let's see. Worst conditions, horrific conditions, or poor conditions. Let's go with middle of the road, significant difficulty, as I've never really played it before. Good luck, Raptor. Well, thank you. Do you want to watch the introduction to the climate trail? Yes, indeed. I would like to see that. The climate trail begins at a survivor camp in the ruins of the city of Atlanta, with other survivors. Hi, Raptor. My name is Catherine. I used to be a climate scientist. That was before the burn. Oh. What's the burn? The burn is what people called the massive and uncontrolled wildfires that devastated the land. Holy crap. Wildfires had been part of living in the West for a long time, but they got larger and more numerous. Soon they were too much for the people to fight, and the heat got worse. More fires started that released more CO2. Even worse, people began to set fire in the Amazon rainforest, which had acted as a carbon sink, reducing CO2 levels, just to exploit the land for farming and minerals. So what would you like to know? Well, this game is definitely based off the Oregon Trail, so we're going to find out exactly what's going on and how we can get out of here and save ourselves soon enough. How did everyone die? Mostly the heat and the storms, and the wars that came afterwards for resources. The melting permafrost also released diseases that the world hadn't seen in over 1,000 years. Only a few of us left now. Even our survival is doubtful. Let's see. Tell me about the climate change and global warming. Climate change or global warming is a warming of average temperatures caused by human activity. CO2 and other gases create a greenhouse effect in the atmosphere. The greenhouse effect allows the atmosphere to retain some of the sun's heat. There you can see a graph on that. Greenhouse gases like CO2, carbon dioxide, and CH4, methane, act to trap heat in the atmosphere. If it wasn't for the greenhouse effect, the average temperature on the planet would be negative 18°C, too cold for life. Oh yeah, I suppose so. As people began to burn coal, oil, and natural gases, the greenhouse effect intensified. Scientists knew about the effects of adding CO2 to the atmosphere over 150 years ago. Oh yeah, I've seen that picture. This is a newspaper that basically says that back in, 1912, that it was actually increasing the temperature based off of how much coal they were burning, or at least they speculated back then. Once the planet warmed, feedback loops started and they intensified the effects resulting in the burn. And we learned about the burn earlier. Didn't the scientists warn people? Yes, we warned people, but even we were wrong about how bad it would be. Feedback loops. We knew they existed, but seemed like remote possibilities. We were wrong. Fires release more CO2. More CO2 means more heat. More heat means more fires. Feedback amplifies the warming. Permafrost ground in the Arctic all year round began to melt, releasing methane for a far more powerful greenhouse gas than CO2. The Arctic became ice-free. Ice is more reflective to sunlight than water, and also raised temperatures. When I started college, Greenland's ice was already melting at a level not predicted to happen until years later. Photo credit to Stefan M. Olsen, DMI. The climate models had misunderestimated the warming because of those feedback loops. All right, I keep hearing about feedback loops, Catherine. I got it. If the people had listened to the scientists, their warning signs were there. Okay. What kind of a question is that? Why did your parents name you Catherine? I'm named after Catherine Goebel. Her calculations of orbital mechanics at NASA were critical to the success of the U.S. manned space flights. Oh, yeah, that's right. She was a kick-ass mathematician. Let's see. Climate change was already worsening when I was a child, and it kept getting worse. I was a smart girl, and I went to climatology to make a difference, but people wouldn't listen. I've lost my family, friends. It's hard to believe how bad it got. So we learned about everything, I think, except for what's the climate trail. Raptor, the conditions here are getting worse. I have two friends, Bonnie and Albert. I think we all need to go north to Canada. Well, that's great. Yeah, I got 2 friends. We should go to Canada. Okay, Catherine. Awesome. I didn't have enough seeds to get the supplies to make it to Canada, but Albert does. Oh, we're going to Canada to plant some new crops and stuff? Raptor, meet Albert. Oh, boy. Hello, Raptor. My name is Albert. Long ago, I was in the Army and fought in the Resource Wars. What were the Resource Wars like? Wars fought for the remaining oil, food, and dry land. Sea level rise flooded most of the coasts, even the USA. Oh, hell. Once the ice melted, the sea level was far higher. Oh, we're about to see. Oh, well, take that, Kansas. Arkansas. Yeah, that's right. Other places like India had it even worse. Millions migrated to escape the rising waters and heat. Wow. So look at that. Most of South Carolina is gone. Most of North Carolina is gone. Goodbye to Delaware and New Jersey. How's New York doing? No, doesn't look too good either. Pennsylvania. Oh boy, Alabama's rough, and California's just like sank right through, right on through to San Francisco, right through the bay. That's amazing. Oh boy. The wars didn't last long. Once the oil ran out and the plague spread, there wasn't much point to it all. Let's see. Tell me about these seeds. Well, after the resource wars, the government collapsed. No banks, no electricity, no internet. People needed some way of buying things. Turns out seeds were a good thing to trade. Most of what people grow nowadays is sorghum? Is that it? Because it can deal with the heat and the floods. Sorghum. Oh, wow. Is that like a reed? Look, oh, it almost looks like a corn dog. Sorghum. I'm going to just call it sorghum. I think that's what you call it. And a few other seeds have become a sort of money. That's what we use for supplies, okay? How do you know Catherine? Catherine and me used to, she's a legend around here. Her knowledge of weather and climate saved lives, okay? I've had to convince her to leave the camp, but we all need to travel to a safer place, okay? And who's Bonnie? I know Bonnie's parents. They got the plague from a permafrost melt. I promised them I'd take care of her, and I intend to live up to that promise. And that's why we're going to make it up to Canada. There's Bonnie. I bet you're tired of talking to Albert and Catherine. Yes. What about your parents? My parents got permafrost plague that weakened them. I tried to help, but then they got an awful heat wave. Heat like that can kill even a healthy person. I wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for Al. Do you want to go to Canada? I hear it's colder and green. I know it's going to be hard, but I want to go. I'm worried about the trip, Bonnie. It's dangerous, and I made a promise to keep you safe. But we can't stay. Catherine says so. She's right about most things. I'm afraid that's right. It's getting too hot to stay here in Atlanta. Well, it was already hot to begin with. What do you mean by too hot? It's just a matter of time before the wet bulb temperature hits. What is wet bulb? Temperature hits 35 C. That must be a thing to measure temperature. What is a wet bulb temperature? Wet bulb temperature is the temperature read by a thermometer covered in water soaked with cloth which air is passed. Oh, I've never even heard of that before. That's cool. What happens if the wet bulb temperature gets above 35 C? A wet bulb temperature exceeding 35 degrees Celsius is fatal even for fit and healthy people. Naked in the shade standing next to a fan. Really? Wow. So at 35 degrees Celsius, if you were naked, standing in the shade next to a fan, you're still going to die. That's amazing. If it gets this bad, our bodies will switch from shedding heat to the environment to gaining it. Whoa, gaining from it. Wow. So that means that a human body over 35 degrees Celsius wouldn't be able to dissipate heat. It would be getting warmer and warmer, and eventually you'd fry to death. Oh my God, that's horrible. In other words, we die. Atlanta has come close to this during the last few years. Okay, I'm convinced. Let's go to Canada. We're going to need some way of carrying 100 kilograms of supplies. We'll need to talk to James. James is a bit crazy, probably from the heat, but he owes me a big favor. Wow, James looks insane. Did he just murder somebody? He's covered in blood. Are you guys... Is this man a zombie? Want some rye? Of course you do. Now, James, you know we don't have any rye that ran out years ago. Yeah, you're right. I forget sometimes. Anyway, welcome to Camp Atlanta, Raptor. My name is James. We're some lucky ones, aren't we? Not many survived the burn. Not many people left here. It's getting too much. Hard to grow anything. That's why people hit the climate trail. Now, old Interstate 75 is pretty well trashed. With the storms and the fighting, but at least the fighting's over. Not many of us left. Al saved my life once, so I owe him. I'm going to help all of you get out of here before it's too late. I'm too old to go myself, but you can make it if you're smart. So here's how people are getting to Canada. Load up bikes with 100 kilos of supplies and push them along. Oh, this isn't a new idea. Matter of fact, folks fought to a draw with the USA about 100 years ago using the same transport, pushing bikes on trails. Interesting. The good news, we got bikes. We got lucky and found hundreds of them in a dump. Rideshare bikes. These bikes got trashed before the burn. They're basic but sturdy, solid. synthetic tires and can hold a lot of weight. Awesome. It'll be slow going, but at the pace yourself and your supplies, treat your companion right, you might make it. Oh, so we're each going to be pushing a bike, basically. Now you got one advantage. Valuable seeds. 1,800 grams. Can buy a lot of food and water. Talk to Dorothy. She'll get you started. Okay, so what? We're going to make stuff out of sorghum. Day 1. 1,800 grams of seeds. No food, no water. Canada's almost 1,950 kilometers away. Group morale 80. Health is good. Oh, so it's basically Bonnie, me, Kate, and Al. Al's looking in good shape. Hello, Raptor. My name is Dorothy. I manage supplies at the camp. So you're hitting the climate trail. You'll first need some supplies. What do you want to buy? Well, food, I suppose. Use the slider to set them out. Oh, I don't know. Well, how much does a person eat? Let's see. Well, 200 kilograms seems like a little bit for each person, but that's 50 kilograms per person. And that costs 597 seeds. Let's just go ahead and go a little bit over that. Let's go 250. I honestly don't know. So, you know, I'm basically blind because I don't know how much the average person would eat in this weather. So let's just go with that. Use slider to set them out. Yes, spend it. Okay. Now we need to buy water. Let's go a little heavy on the water. We're down to about 1,050 grams of seeds. So let's just do a full thing of water. Okay. So now that we're down to 450, which we'll keep for like extra things we might encounter along the trail. My cousin Malcolm might still be running a store somewhere along the trail. He's a good person, can sell you more supplies. Perfect. Good. I'm glad we saved some of that. We can meet Malcolm later. Be safe on the journey north. Let us begin our journey and hope for the best. What pace would you like to travel at? Note, your party is pushing loaded bikes with hundreds of kilograms of supplies on poor terrain. Moderate pace. Set daily rations of food and water. How much water per person per day? Current ration is 4 liters per person per day. You have 37 days of water left. Optimal amount? Barely sufficient. Well, I think we'll start out. Well, we have plenty of water, so let's go a heavy amount of water. But 37 days, I don't know how long. 31 days. I thought it was going to give me different options there. I clicked the other thing. I was going to see how much it said. Damn. Well, that's okay. Good. We went with maximum rain, so it looks like it's raining now. Cool. So there we go on the spend a day collecting water. How much water do we have? Water is 536. Let's go. 64 liters of water from the rain. Awesome. So now we don't need to worry about that. Whoa. Let's see. We can't waste time and supplies waiting for the storm to end. Find shelter and wait out the storm. Attempt to travel during the storm. Okay. Let's try to find shelter. You wait for 5 days for the storm to pass. Holy crap. All right. So we're heading up to Dalton. So we're going Atlanta, up to Dalton, Chattanooga. Oh my God. A major heat wave. Oh, I can't even read everything. It went too fast. So hot. Whatever you think is best. Well, I think we better. I guess let's travel during the heat wave, and we'll just consume more water. How much water do we? Oh my God, we barely have any water left. Took 2 days for the heat waves to subside. Oh wow, water's rough. It's a good thing. Let's collect rainwater. I agree. Spend the day getting water. 144 liters of water. Excellent. All right, so now we're traveling to Dalton still. Here it is. Wow, it looks like it's on fire. Literally on fire. What do you want to do in Dalton? Let's go ahead and let's see. Food and water are very well. Water's a little bit low. Let's try to look for more water again. I feel like that's the biggest thing we could do. You spend all day and find no water. Damn. See if we can find supplies. No supplies found. I'm disappointed that we didn't find anything here. Maybe in the next town. This place seems like it sucks. Let's get out of here. Continue traveling. We'll have to get some food too. Looks like there's nothing in Dalton, so let's keep rolling. Also, what's all this here? Is this forest? Oh, it's raining again. Good. Seems like we get pretty lucky with water. So I guess we'll always stop for water whenever we find it. Yeah, let's get some more rainwater. Good. So we can keep it on rolling. Some of the things in this game are automatic text-wise, so I can't read it all. Other things I accidentally clicked, like our food and stuff. But I think it's okay, because I probably going to ration supplies. Set daily rations for food and water. All right, so let's go ahead and cut back on the water a bit. And let's cut down on the food for a bit. if we hadn't already. Let's see if we can find supplies here. No supplies found. Chattanooga, let's look for water in Chattanooga. Alright, it seems worthless to stop here. Okay, go on. Keep going. So it looks like the next is Sweetwater, then Knoxville, and then... is that Jericho? Or I can't read what that city is. Heat wave with dangerous temperatures. Extreme heat, let us rest. Yes, let's go ahead and find shelter. We're out of food, by the way. Took 3 days for this to subside. Alright, we have no food now. But we do have water. How are we supposed to get food? Alright, looks like we got some water. That's great. We're going to be in trouble now. Group morale is plummeting. Health is looking really rough for a few people. Oh, Bonnie. Oof. Oof. She dropped down to 40-something. See if we can find supplies. It's going to be a no-go again, isn't it? Maybe we can find stuff here. No supplies. Man, every single city has not had any sort of supplies. We're really looking bad here. What about water? Oh, good. We found water in a pond. Drinking water from a stagnant pond isn't a good idea. Do you want to use this water? No. Okay. Well, we got to start rationing everything. So, survival rations for water, survival rations for food. So I think the only places I know we can get a food so far is in stores, like in big cities, or like from trading, which we found a trader at the start, but we're going to have to find, what's her name's brother along the way. Alright, let's continue on the journey, see what we can do. Your party has had no food for 10 days. Yeah, no kidding. Everybody should be dead by now, right? It's raining, let's collect water, absolutely. Also, can I just, Bonnie has died from starvation. That's right, she was slowing us down. Bonnie was a fearless young woman who never gave in to despair or hopelessness. Her death is tragic. As I promised Bonnie's mother I would keep her safe, and I failed. Well, you know, that's that. Tried to stop and get food. Oh, I also died, too. Well, let's keep on rolling. Al, keep going. Come on, Al. The remaining party will try to reach Canada without you. Go! Go, baby! Alright. Let's see. It's warming. Earth has always had natural cycles of warming and cooling, but not like we're seeing. The hottest year on record are 2016, 15, 17, 18, 2014. Okay. Oh, this is all just basically a warning about everything that's going to happen. Wow, okay, I got it. All right, cool. All right, I want to give this game another try with the knowledge that I know now about the background and stuff. So let's start a new game, and let's just try to do it a little bit more optimally now. So let's go ahead and see what we can do this second time around. We're not going to, let's try to do it with moderate difficulty, because the significant one just didn't seem to give us good dice rolls for food. I don't know how else we're supposed to find food. Let's skip the introduction too. We already know everybody. So let's go ahead and chat with Dorothy and start buying food and water. We're going to buy a bit more food this time, because that was like rough last time. Seems water is not as rare. Food seems to be more rare. So let's go with 600 kilograms of this. And it doesn't look like it actually does it give us more money this time? I don't know if we actually have more money this time around. 400, 300. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm not going to have any extra coin to spend. So we should be able to fill up on water, but food is a whole different story. So I'm done shopping. Let's go ahead and go at a moderate pace. I'm going to do 4 liters of water and 1 kilogram of food, and let's get rolling. All right, so first we're on our way to Dalton. We're getting there. This is going to be a rough game. Now, I made it a little easier. We'll see how easy it is actually overall. Okay, so it seems like water is definitely more easier to get than food. Unfortunately, we haven't come across like a... let's find shelter. I don't want to lose anybody at the start. Seems like it's impossible to come upon like a overturned Doritos truck or something like that. Let's see if we can find supplies. Maybe we'll get lucky and find food and water. No supplies. All right. I think we'll just keep rolling. Seems like a real big dice roll as to whether or not you find stuff in Dalton or Chattanooga or wherever. So raining is still happening pretty plentifully as it had before. I think the increased difficulty just means that your people consume more water and more food, even by default, because the temperature is hotter. It actually doesn't say anything about the temperature, so I guess there's no way to really tell. Let's go ahead and find more supplies. Still no supplies. All right, continue. All right, now we're traveling to Sweetwater. So past Dalton and Chattanooga. So now we're going to Sweetwater, Knoxville. Corbin is next on the list as well. Raining again, okay. Always a good idea to stop for rain. We're already 22 days in. That's a long-ass time. Find supplies. All right, there we go. Farty has found 150 water, but the food is the biggest concern. So that was way more important in this game as food. Let's go ahead and continue traveling. So Canada is 1,600 kilometers away. More water again. Yeah, let's stop and get water each time. I'm going to keep stopping for water. Let's find shelter from the storm. Alright, we're now traveling to Knoxville. Continue to look for food. Oh, no food, unfortunately. Okay, keep rolling. Food is still pretty good at 624 kilograms. Another heat wave. Alright, let's go ahead and stop. 4 days that we had to wait. Yeah, that's rough, because then you don't get there's no way to gain anything. It's only a loss. Okay, we got water there. 127 liters gained from the rainstorm. Oh, Jellicoe is the name of that. Okay. Let's see. Let's find some supplies here. Nothing. Wait, with all the refugees on the trail, I'm not surprised. Fair enough. Ration supplies, look for water. That's interesting how one says, see if we can find supplies. There's a chance to find food and water. And then there's a way to rest, set the pace, ration, and then look for water again. So there's double the chances for water, but only one chance to find food. So I can see why it's so difficult to get food in this game. There's another storm. Let's go ahead and hold off. Well, actually, we're out of food. Oh, no, that's some money. Food is here. Seeds is the money. Wonder if there's a way to find that, too. It'd be nice in this game. Again, this is early access or, you know, an early preview version of the game. But it'd be nice if there was a way to set what the background of your character was. So that way, if, like, for example, if you were, I don't know, like a survival specialist or something, you could survive on less rations or something like that. Kate is at 70%. We're going to keep going now. We're almost through. Actually, we're in the middle of Kentucky right now. We're in Barra. Find some supplies here. Dorothy told us you could sell some supplies. Oh, there's Malcolm. Okay, so he's in Barra. Okay. Most of the stores are empty, but I got some supplies. We've already spent most of our seeds. Normally don't give away supplies, but after we've been through, I don't want to see anyone else suffer. Here's 25 kilograms of food. Oh, that's awesome. Please remember to be kind to everybody else. Nice! So Malcolm just gave us free stuff. That's awesome. Glad to be of help. Good luck. Thanks, bro. Okay, that was nice. Thank you, Malcolm. Alright, so our biggest concern now is just basically water, which hopefully it rains soon. We've arrived at Lexington. Let's find supplies. Nothing. And then if we look for water, it's probably going to be stagnant, as we learned before, so that's probably not going to do so well for us. So let's go ahead and ration supplies. Let's go ahead and limit water. But we'll keep food right where it's supposed to be. Let's look for water, too. I drank pond water once and got sick. Do you want to use it? Yeah, no. I was hoping perhaps we could find some different type of water. Okay, let's continue. You know, like water bottles or, you know, like maybe like a giant Culligan, you know, thing that hasn't been opened or something like that. Clearly much more safe than that of a pond. All right, another big O heat wave. Wow, we're still 1,000 kilometers away from Canada. That is crazy. Let's see. Let's just wait it out. All right, traveling to Cincinnati. Oh, thank goodness, rainwater. Yep, collect it. 100. Oh, perfect. Now we're up to 356 liters on our way to Cincinnati. Perfect. We're almost to Ohio. Come on, baby. See if we can find supplies. That should be always mandatory. Nothing found. Let's continue to go. If we find water, it's probably going to be in a sewer or something like that, and somebody's just going to get sick, so it's not a good idea. Kate is like our weakest member. Oh, good. Rainwater. Group morale's at 90%. Excellent. Holding firm. And it's raining again. Awesome. So we should be able to max out rainwater. Almost. At 600 is our max, I think. Dayton. Okay. Food is, we've really lowered our food down. But water is good. So I guess after our first experience, I certainly know that it's just more important to conserve food, and water is a little, it's an RNG roll as to whether or not it's going to rain. It seems like it's raining about as much as it did in the first round. Wow, we're maxed out on water. Perfect. We were. All right, Lima. Now we're going to Findlay next. So we're pretty much in the middle of Ohio in the United States. So let's see if we can find some food. Nothing found. All right, let's keep on going. We're just going to keep looking for food. All right, so up next is Findlay, then Toledo. And we're getting close to that border. All right, let's spend a day looking for rainwater or collecting. Good. And then next is Detroit. So we're getting closer to Michigan now. So let's go ahead and keep collecting. I wonder if there's going to be more events like raiders or bandits, or the opportunity to come upon like I said, like an overturned food truck, or like a military vehicle that's got some MREs in it that seemingly lasts forever. That type of thing. We're going to keep on gathering rainwater. Food is getting a little low again, but I'm glad we really cut down on our food because we need to find some Doritos or something. No supplies. Okay. Let's keep traveling. Right now we're doing good. Group morale's holding pretty firm. Kate is our lowest at 70% health, but I mean she's been there for a while, so we're okay. Yeah, let's stay put. I don't want to travel. Wait 4 days. I'm assuming the longer we wait, the warmer it's going to get. So we just need to stay put. Group morale still holding firm. Kate's at 70%, so long as we don't run out of supply. We're getting very, very low now. 40 kilos of food. That was lucky. Alright, good. Let's keep traveling. Those seem to be the two best options, is just look for food and then keep rolling. Look for food and keep rolling. And then when rainwater comes, just stop for the day, gain water, and keep rolling. At this point, we've actually almost maxed out on rainwater. Alright, let's find some food in Detroit. Come on, Detroit. Ah, nothing. Alright. Oh boy. Yeah, we've lowered food down to absolutely minimum levels. I wonder if we could actually increase our water intake and increase our pace. But I'm assuming we would consume more food. So let's go ahead and set the pace. Hard pace. Your party is pushing loaded by... Yeah. Let's try to speed up the pace a little bit. And let's set ration supplies. So let's do 8 liters of water and barely any food. But we're gonna try to pick up the pace now because it's getting a little dangerous. Flint, and then there's West Branch. Oh, the distance between these are big. I wonder if the game takes that into account, distances. Good, glad we got the water. Let's keep rolling. Okay, we're getting lucky here. We've arrived at Flint. Well, sure as hell ain't gonna take the water from here. Lol. 67 water. Okay, well, I guess we'll take that water. 29 kilos of food, too, so we're really getting dangerously low on food, but we've lowered it as fast as possible. Or we're traveling as fast as possible, and we've lowered it as low as it can go to, like, barely enough, like, survival-level rations. Yeah, alright, we'll have to hang out for the storm. Oof, food is critically low. West Branch is the next destination. Oh, boy. I think we gotta push through the storm. Attempt to travel. Let's see. 1% of your food is ruined. Okay. Are you getting... Wow, we're just getting hit by storm after storm. We got to keep pushing. We're getting real low on food. 9% of your food is ruined in the storm? Okay. Sometime that evening. Oh, there's actually something going on. Oh, hello. Feral boy. Hi, Feral. How are you? I need water. I don't know how we can survive on his own. Maybe we should help him. Give the boy 100 liters of water. Ignore the boy. Let's give him 100, knowing that we might get more water, but there could be a huge reward for doing this. You good people. I give food. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was totally the right decision. That is awesome. The boy gives you 200 kilograms of food from his hidden cache. The boy waves goodnight and disappears. Ah, that was awesome. Now we just got to get lucky with some rain. Come on, rain, rain, rain. We're 300 kilometers away from Canada. Come on, baby. All right, let's ration supplies. We got to be real critical now of our numbers. Let's go 2 liters of water, 1 kilogram per day. We got to push it, baby. We got to go. Find some supplies. Nothing fruitful. Okay. I don't want to look for water either. Go. Okay, we're going to Mackinac City. That's right on the border. Water's really low. Keep pushing it, baby. Push. 15% of your food is ruined. That's fine. Go. Kate's injured. Damn. Keep going. I heard. Come on. We gotta go. We had no water for 1 day. All right, this is going to get bad. We're almost to the border. Oh, come on. These storms are the worst. We got to push. 12% of the food is ruined. Bonnie is seriously injured. Oh, come on. Oh, Bonnie's dead. She is dead. All right, that's right. We're getting rid of the weaknesses. 200 kilometers away. Sad scientist. Yeah. Come on, we're going. I just need... Al, how are you at 54%, Al? What the hell, Al? Group morale at 10%. Ah, all right. Well, I gambled towards the end there in order to try to, get there as fast as possible, but I guess we just ran out of... Actually, if I slowed it down, we probably would have been fine. Actually, is there an auto save? Wait, can I go back? Oh, wait, you can just redo this? Oh, let's just back it up then. All right, we'll just... hold on, let me put the record in reverse here. All right, there we go. Okay, now let's go. Cool. All right. Wait, I think we can back this up a little bit more. Hold on. We're reversing a little bit more. Oh, that's kind of cool that you can actually back it up. All right, we didn't get lucky there, so let's find shelter instead. Let's see if this would have changed anything. Fine, in the future, we've invented time travel. It's totally fine. Okay, party has said no water for 3 days now. Ah, good. Now we got lucky with some water. All right, there we go. That was the better decision to make. Good. Okay, now when we get to the city... Okay, let's shelter. Now when we get to the city, we'll change our supplies. Yep, collect rainwater again. There we go. Okay, that was the better move to make. Good thing we backed it up a little bit. All right, Mackinac, and then Salts. Is that Sault Ste. Marie? I've never heard of that city. Is that a Canadian city? That's literally on the border. Okay, I think we should hold for the day. 2 days for the thing to calm down. Okay, we're getting there. Still a little risky. I'm at 34%, putting the team first. Now, let's see if we can find some supplies. No supplies found. Okay, let's ration supplies. Let's set rations to optimal. Same with food. And let's continue traveling. This is our last run. Our last push. Group morale hopefully increases because we've increased our food and water. I think we were at bare bones before, but we're still at hard pace. Trying to push it through. Party's had no water. 1 day. And there it is, the rain. Perfect. Yeah, food is the most critical thing ever. Canada's just green. You just cross the border and there it is. Hey, what's up, bud? Welcome to Canada there. Like, Canada is apparently immune to climate change. Look at this. A lush valley, a river flowing. Yeah, everything's great up there in Canada, bud. Okay. Not many people make it this far. It's so beautiful and green. Yeah, luck and planning. We're close to Lake Superior there. Largest freshwater lake in the world. That is true. Lake Superior near Minnesota. I know it well. But there's more than that. We had our own solar and wind power, so we could use that. And the water to fight the wildfires. Sadly, we may have brought ourselves only a few decades if the oceans continue to go aerobic? I don't know what that is. We're done for. Once the oxygen is gone, the oceans become a realm of bacteria that obtain their own oxygen from sulfur oxide. The bacteria strip the oxygen from the compounds and produce hydrogen sulfide. Kills airborne organisms. That means us. Happened a million years ago and it's beginning again. At the end of the Permian extinction, 250 million years ago, 95% of all species became extinct. We've killed off so many species on Earth in a way it's karmic? Shouldn't you say, isn't it karma? Oh, whatever. If people will only take this seriously, the end. Okay, we made it to Canada. Either way, we're supposed to die, really. Like, if you think about it, Canada had like solar and wind power in this lush valley, but apparently the oceans are going to become, like, they're going to create sulfur and hydrogen rather than oxygen. Okay, the end. Wow. Okay, well, that was a cool move, and then the same ending that we saw before from the developers writing all that stuff. All right, if you want to read it, you can go ahead and check it out. This game can be downloaded with the links down below in the description, too, by the way. It is free of charge, so if you want to download the Climate Trail, just check down below in the description, or go ahead and Google it. If you just Google the Climate Trail game, you should be able to find it there. Available for Linux and Windows and Mac as well. So if you want to download it, it should be available on everything. A cool little game that's pretty similar to Oregon Trail, though I'd like to see more random events like, the boy coming over trying to get us food and stuff like that, or get food from us. Most stops were just not fruitful. We only got lucky. It was nice that I was able to go back and redo something. That was kind of helpful just to get to the end. Looks like if you play yourself, water is super important but more plentiful than food. So stack up on food and water, and then save a little bit of seed to meet Malcolm along the way, and then buy a bunch more food from him if you have it. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks for leaving a like on the way out. Neat little game, I guess, quote-unquote game, but still something kind of cool to check out for free if you want to play. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you next time.